Okay, everybody, this is my annual air conditioning cost tutorial. This is just basically to show everybody what I pay for air conditioning, just to give you an idea of what's possible in air conditioning efficiency these days. Now, if you've never seen anything like this before, and depending on how you came across this video, I recommend that you go to my website, www.austinairco.com, and once you're there, click on the air conditioning tips tab, and once you go into this section, you're going to see a bunch of links. Each one of these links goes to a video about whatever the topic is. So scroll down. Now, currently I don't have this this link hooked up, but eventually this video will be posted under this link. My utility bill was less than $35 a month for air conditioning in 2013. The video will be embedded with it. There will probably be some text included with it, just go in further explanation as to what we're doing. This video is going to be a little bit different in the other videos because I'm going to show you my bill for every month of the whole year of 2013 and show you exactly how I go about selecting the bills that I use to determine what my AC cost is. So that we're looking for. Basically what we're looking for is we're looking for our highest air conditioning bill. In other words, the highest bill that you get would be in the summertime, usually August, sometimes July. Just whatever you do when you cycle through all your bills, find the highest one for the AC. And then in the winter months, you want to find the lowest bill. Now, some of you may have electric heat, so it's important that you choose the winter month lowest bill, summer month highest bill. Otherwise, it won't work right. With that said, currently I'm with Reliant. I don't endorse any specific energy company. So, just try to get the best deal that you can, based on what I use. It really puts me usually at somewhere around 14-15 cents kilowatt hour. This will be changing this coming year. I found a really good rate, but until I, actually see what the charges are and what my average price that I pay per kilowatt. When you're under 1,000 kilowatt hours a month, typically you're going to pay more. But this is just to show you, where you can cut costs. There's a limit. But anyway, with that said, this is January's bill. This is just for reference. $81.48 is what we paid total. And that averaged out to 14.7 cents kilowatt hour based on how much energy we use down here, 555. So that's just for reference. We're not going to be using this bill. Next one is February. We paid $75.21, average 15.1 cents kilowatt hour. The only reason why I'm highlighting what I paid, because this figure changes from month to month. And what I'm going to do is the two bills that I use, I'm going to take this figure and I'm going to add the two together and then divide by 2 to find an average price that I pay, because that's going to go into my chart to determine what my SEER rating is. So with that said, this bill is just discarded because it's not one that we're looking for. Now this is getting closer to our lowest bill. We paid $66.50, average 15.8 cents, but it's just discarded because it's not the lowest bill yet. Now this is the lowest bill. We paid a total of $63.59, and we averaged 16.1 cents kilowatt hour. You'll notice that we only used 395 kilowatts. So what we do is we save this information, $63.59 with a 16.1 cent per kilowatt hour. We keep that information, and then you'll see at the very end where I use that information. So we go on to the next one, $74.91. Well, it's just another reference one that we use just to look to see, but it's in between the lowest and the highest, so it's just discarded. $89.41. This is for it's still low, so you know it's just a reference bill. And we cruise on to the next one. 91.77 with an average of 14.2 cents kilowatt hour. It's getting up there, but it's still not the highest bill just yet. 96.68, and we average 13.9 cents. This will be the highest bill. So this is the bill that we're going to use to calculate what our total cost is by subtracting it from the lower bill, as you'll see moving on. Okay, this is the September bill. We paid $89.22 with an average of 14.2 cents kilowatt hour. Use 630. It's just another reference bill. We're not using it. 65.20. This is in the fall. This would have been October's bill. It's just another reference bill that we're not going to use. Next bill. This is the winter time. Now this could be either heating usage, or because I'm on electric heat, or it could have gotten warm again. This would have been November bill. A lot of times in the Houston area we can get warm again in November, so this very well could be AC usage. And this is just a reference bill, not one that we're going to use. Okay, this is December's bill, and again, I'm on electric heat, and that's why it's at $84.93. It's a bill. It's just a reference bill, not anything that we're going to use for this exercise anyway. So in September, Reliant sent me this neighborhood energy comparison. This is just to show you where I fit within the scheme of homes, comparable homes in my neighborhood. And what I pay, or not what I pay, but the amount of energy that I used for this week, September 22nd, 2013 through September 28th, 2013. Now you can see that, and this is Reliant's nomenclature as to what an efficient home uses. I don't have any, I don't know how they come up with this conclusion or anything like that. This is just a comparison. You can see that the average energy efficient home used 196 kilowatts of energy during this week. And then you also get an average high temperature of around 89, which is probably pretty close. The average low is wrong on here. Usually the average low is probably anywhere from around 70, maybe 65 degrees, best case scenario. Now you'll see that the average home used 368 kilowatt hours, whereas I was the lowest. This is what I used during that same week, and you'll see that the average home used almost 3 times the energy that I used. Now, the main importance of this comparison is that I live in a 30-year-old house. My house was built in 1978. So it's basically to show you that, just because you live in an older home doesn't mean you can't make your home energy efficient. So, that's something that I wanted to point out. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are in the average home category. So it's important that you realize that, because that basically is what goes into, if you're looking to replace your air conditioner or so on and so forth, upgrade, it's not necessarily the cost of what you're going to spend to upgrade it, but it's also what it's going to cost you. Oftentimes people, will make comparisons based on just cost of the equipment alone, without actually realizing that the cost also comes down to usage cost. So just something to think about. So how I find out what it costs for me to run my air conditioner is I took that highest bill, which was my highest summer bill, minus my lowest winter bill, spring bill, whatever the lowest bill turns out to be. That's the bill I use, but it should be either in the heating season or in the spring, somewhere right around there. And because I'm on electric heat, I can't cheat. So, you know, there's no way to cheat it. You know, it is what it is. So with that said, you know, after I've, you know, subtracted that, $33.09 is what it cost me to run my air conditioner. Now, if you go back through, you know, you'll see some bills where I only pay like $89, you know, so on and so forth. So, you know, this $33.09 is at the far end of the extreme, and it's a little bit higher than what I paid last year. But, you know, when you're only paying, you know, $20, $30 a month for air conditioning, you know, really what I've done is I've gone and I've, you know, increased my comfort level. You know, I mean, when I'm paying such a small amount, it's more important for me to be comfortable than worry about saving a couple and more nickels, you know, when my bill is already, you know, 3 times lower than what the average home is. So that just gives you a better understanding of what's going on. Now, what we do is, to find out what the SEER rating is we're going to take this $33.09 and we're going to plug it into our energy chart. Now, this energy chart is basically comprised of taking that 16.1 cent per kilowatt hour plus the 13.9 cent, adding it together gives me 30 cents per kilowatt, and then I divide that by 2 to get the average, because, you know, I'm averaging it out. I want to find exactly what the SEER rating is. Now, if you live in a northern climate or some other climate outside the Houston area, this chart really won't work, because this is based on 2,200 cooling hours. Our air conditioning months can be anywhere from 7, 8, sometimes 9 months that we're running the air conditioner in this climate. It's also based at a 75-degree set point, which is up here. And the reason why that's important is that if you set it lower than that, you know, typically, you know, it's going to be higher. My set point is usually 76 during the day and 74 degrees at night, whatever area of the house that I'm in. And so, you know, I'm very, very comfortable, you know, just because I'm saving, you know, an obscene amount of energy and an obscene amount of money compared to the average home, doesn't mean I'm doing so and I'm not comfortable. So I don't want you to think that, you know, but the comfort to me is my own personal taste. You know, the comfort to you may mean something different. So those are things to keep in mind. Now, at my house, I've got a 3-ton unit. So what I've done is I've gone through and I've highlighted this area as to the tonnage of equipment that I have. And you can see on here that, you know, if I had a 10-SEER unit, and I kept my my air conditioning at 75 degrees all day long and cooled the whole house, then my bill would be somewhere right around $170 a month just for air conditioning. We scroll through here, and you'll see that you know, our bill was $33.09. And so we scroll over here to find out what our SEER rating is. The SEER rating is across the top. Now you'll see that, you know, my house, you know, my air conditioner was an 18 SEER when I put it in. So $33 a month puts us somewhere right around $51, $52. Both $33 under those SEER ratings. And I believe last year I was somewhere around 54 and a half, 55, somewhere right around in that range. And so, you know, our SEER ratings dropped off a little bit, but I've actually gone to more comfort this year, and I've used the air conditioner a little bit more. Looking for ways to make your home more energy efficient, and you're in the need of replacing your air conditioning and heating system, and you're in the Katy, Cypress, Texas, Richmond, Texas areas, or some surrounding areas, you can give us a call at 832-475-6895. My name is Ray Austin with Austin Air Company. Thank you for visiting.